You know Ronaldo as the GOAT, trophies, goals, abs of steel, but there's a side of him he never shows. From heartbreaking losses to billion-dollar scandals, here are the 10 things Cristiano Ronaldo never talks about. Trust me, you don't know CR7 like this. Let's explore. 1. The mystery of his son's mother. Back in 2010, Ronaldo shocked the world, not with a hat trick, but with a birth announcement. Out of nowhere, he posted that he had become a father to Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. No one saw it coming, no partner, no girlfriend in the media spotlight, just a baby. But the real shocker, he's kept the identity of his son's mother a complete secret for over a decade. Rumors exploded. Some said it was a surrogate. Others believed it was a one-night fling or a discreet relationship. And here's the twist. Ronaldo reportedly paid $11 million to keep her identity under wraps forever. The mystery goes so deep that even his son reportedly doesn't know. Ronaldo has only said, "One day, I'll tell him the truth." Until that day, it's one of football's most closely guarded secrets, and Ronaldo's never uttered a word more than he had to. 2. That one gesture, that cost, Coca-Cola. $4 billion. You think Ronaldo just scores goals. Think again. He can crash stock markets. During Euro 2020, Ronaldo sat down for a press conference. Nothing unusual, until he noticed 2 Coca-Cola bottles placed in front of him. What did he do? He casually moved them aside, held up a bottle of water and said just one word, "Agua." Boom. In less than 24 hours, Coca-Cola's market value dropped by $4 billion. Yes, billion with a B. Was it an accident? A silent protest? Maybe just personal preference? We still don't know because Ronaldo never explained himself. Coca-Cola's PR team scrambled. Investors freaked out. Memes exploded. But Ronaldo, cool as ice. Not a single comment since. That's the kind of power he wields, and the kind of silence he keeps. 3. The $17 million tax evasion case. In 2017, Ronaldo faced one of the biggest threats to his legacy, and it had nothing to do with football. Spanish authorities accused him of tax fraud totaling $17 million. The headlines: brutal. The court? Dead serious. The sentence? Up to 5 years in prison. Ronaldo denied everything. He claimed it was all a misunderstanding, that his conscience was clean. But behind the scenes, things were tense. He eventually paid a massive fine, reportedly in the tens of millions, to avoid jail time. He never gave interviews, never admitted guilt, never apologized. The story came and went, but the stain remained. And Ronaldo? He stayed completely silent on it ever since. It was one of the few times when even CR7 couldn't outrun the law. The baby he lost. In April 2022, Ronaldo and his partner Georgina Rodriguez were expecting twins, a boy and a girl. But tragedy struck. The baby boy didn't survive the birth. Ronaldo, known for his toughness, broke down. He called it the greatest pain a parent can feel. For weeks, he disappeared from the spotlight. No social media, no interviews, no training, just silence and grief. When he returned to the pitch, something changed. Every time he scores, he looks up to the sky, a subtle but powerful tribute to the son he lost. He doesn't talk about it. Not in interviews, not in documentaries, not even in passing. And maybe that's because some wounds are just too deep for words. 5. The sexual assault allegations. This is the darkest chapter in Ronaldo's history, and one he'll likely never address. In 2009, a woman named Catherine Mayorga accused him of sexual assault in Las Vegas. The allegations were serious. Her claims were detailed. And she said she was paid $375,000 to stay silent. For nearly a decade, the case stayed buried, but in 2018 it came roaring back. Mayorga reopened the case, claiming she was pressured into signing the NDA. Ronaldo's legal team called it a smear campaign. He insisted the encounter was consensual. After years of legal battles, the judge eventually dismissed the case, citing a lack of evidence and mishandled documents. Legally, he was cleared, but the whispers never stopped. Ronaldo has never directly spoken about it, not once, and legally, he can't. But even without guilt being proven, the shadow of this accusation still follows him. 6. The mansion he abandoned. Because of sheep. After rejoining Manchester United in 2021, Ronaldo bought a countryside mansion worth $8 million. Massive gardens, privacy, state-of-the-art everything. Total dream home. Except, it came with sheep. Yes, actual sheep. And apparently, they were noisy. All the time. Morning, noon, night, endless bleating. For most of us, that's just countryside charm. For a man obsessed with peak recovery and sleep schedules, it was a nightmare. Within weeks, Ronaldo packed up and left. No formal explanation, no public comment. But according to insiders, it was the sheep. They messed with his sleep. Even the greatest footballer of all time couldn't win against a flock of fluffy noisemakers. And yet, Ronaldo's never said a word about it. 7. Why he has 0 tattoos. Unlike most football superstars, Ronaldo's body is completely ink-free. No sleeves, no symbols, not even a tiny date on his wrist. And it's not because he's against tattoos, it's because he's for something else. Ronaldo is a regular blood donor, and having tattoos can delay your eligibility to donate for months. He's also gone a step further. He's donated bone marrow, which is painful, rare, and not something many athletes would even consider. But here's what's wild. He's never made a big deal about it. No photo ops, no flashy campaigns, just quiet commitment. He's mentioned it a couple of times in interviews, almost casually. And that's the thing about Ronaldo. When it comes to giving back, he doesn't seek the spotlight. In an age where athletes monetize every move, CR7 chooses silence over showmanship. It's one of the most selfless parts of his life, and he barely talks about it. That's Ronaldo for you, making an impact where it counts, without ever needing the applause. 8. The father he couldn't save. José Dinas Aveiro. That was the name of Cristiano Ronaldo's father, the man who first placed a football at his feet, who cheered him on from the sidelines, long before the stadiums were packed. But behind the scenes, his father was fighting a war of his own. A former soldier who had served in a brutal conflict, Dinas turned to alcohol as a way to cope. Over the years, the drinking took a heavy toll on his body, his mind, and his relationship with his family. By the time Ronaldo began making waves on the global stage, his father's health had already deteriorated beyond repair. In 2005, at just 52 years old, Dinas Aveiro died of liver failure. Ronaldo was only 20. He never got to see his son win a Ballon d'Or, never witnessed him become a global icon. That kind of loss leaves a scar. It's why Ronaldo refuses to drink alcohol. It's why he's so focused on health, discipline, and control. And maybe, just maybe, it's why he avoids talking about his father. It still hurts too much. He claimed it was all a misunderstanding, that his conscience was clean. But behind the scenes, things were tense. He eventually paid a massive fine, reportedly in the tens of millions, to avoid jail time. 9. The heart condition that nearly ended everything. Before the fame, before the record-breaking goals and the luxury lifestyle, Cristiano Ronaldo rarely got the chance to become a footballer at all. As a teenager in Portugal, Ronaldo was already showing signs of greatness. But something wasn't right. He would feel his heart racing even when he wasn't moving. Dizzy spells, unexplained fatigue. Then came the diagnosis, tachycardia, a condition where the heart beats too fast, too irregularly, and for a young athlete, it was terrifying. Doctors warned that if left untreated, it could end his football career before it even began. At just 15 years old, Ronaldo underwent heart surgery, a delicate laser procedure to correct the rhythm of his heart. It was a risky operation, especially for someone so young, but it worked. Remarkably, just days after the surgery, Ronaldo was back on the pitch, training, sprinting, pushing his limits. He rarely ever talks about it, but maybe that moment, staring down the possibility of losing everything, is what created the relentless machine we see today. Because when life nearly slips away, you come back hungrier than ever. 10. How he almost signed for Arsenal. Imagine a world where Cristiano Ronaldo played for Arsenal. Yep, it almost happened. In 2003, after a friendly against Arsenal, Arsène Wenger was ready to sign him. A deal was closed. Paperwork was in motion. Then Sir Alex Ferguson stepped in. United players who faced Ronaldo that night begged Fergie to sign him. United moved quickly, and the rest is history. Ronaldo rarely talks about how close he came to wearing the Arsenal jersey, but it's true. He was one handshake away. If Wenger had acted a little faster, we might be talking about Ronaldo as a Gunners legend instead of a Red Devil icon. Would he have won the same titles? Would he have become the global icon he is today? We'll never know. And Ronaldo, he's kept that alternate timeline to himself. From hidden heartbreaks to courtroom drama, Ronaldo's silence speaks louder than any goal celebration. He's more than a football icon. He's a fortress of secrets. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because more untold stories are coming your way. Until next time, stay curious, stay filthy rich.